What's going on, guys? So today's The Beauty of video will be of the classic from 1978, John Carpenter's Halloween. And I know some of you have probably been wanting to see this one since I did my Texas Chainsaw Massacre video, and trust me, I've been wanting to do this one too. John Carpenter's Halloween is a masterpiece of suspense, horror, and terror. This film just truly feels like a classic when you watch it. Is this a perfect film? No. Does it have goofs? Yes. But I can look past that with this movie. I can actually look past small stuff like that with any movie, really, if the movie's actually good and well written, and Halloween is a great low budget indie horror film. The beauty of Halloween is the idea that evil can exist anywhere. The mystery of why Michael Myers killed his sister remains unsolved to me, and that's mainly to do with the fact that I refuse to acknowledge the sequels. All the sequels really ruin the mystery of The Shape. And I know I've spoken highly of H2O, but you also have to understand that I'm not saying H2O is a great film. It's a sequel that I can respect for trying to give the franchise a bookend. And yes, I am aware that Resurrection was planned from H2O's inception, but the people who hopped on board with making H2O, they had the intentions of ending it. So yeah, H2O isn't awful like the other films. But the original Halloween really works the best on its own. The story of this little boy killing his sister, being locked up in a mental hospital for 15 years, and then escaping later to go home when he crosses paths with Laurie, and then he spends the day stalking her and becomes infatuated with her and pursues her with the ultimate goal to kill her, is just plain and simply evil. The great thing about how this film is crafted is that Laurie, out of her friends throughout the entire first act, seems to be the only one that's aware of the Shape's presence, that he's watching her. And Laurie stays vigilant throughout the movie, and she even becomes doubtful when she discusses it with Tommy. And that could probably be due to the fact that her friends tried to make her think that she's out of her mind throughout the whole walk home from the school. And the beauty of the shot in Laurie's backyard where she goes upstairs to her bedroom to look out and then she looks out the window and finds the Shape stood uh, over where the sheets are, where they used to, they hang sheets up. They used to do that. I don't know if people still do that or not, but I believe John Carpenter said that Michael is a man with a supernatural edge. I believe that. That is what John Carpenter said, and that's what I believe about Michael Myers. He's not a killing machine. He's not indestructible. He's just a man with a supernatural edge to him, and that's far more terrifying than just the generic slasher villain that they turn him into in the sequels. And you also have Dr. Loomis, who seems very calm and collective, but at the same time really makes you believe that Michael is something else. To me, Dr. Loomis could have been a very calm and polite individual, but when he meets Michael, I believe that truly changed Dr. Loomis. Like maybe that's to Dr. Loomis, it's like I've never seen anything like this before. And Donald Pleasance really delivers some great dialogue, and in my opinion has the best dialogue in the entire film. But he delivers some great lines in describing what the Shape is and what kind of evil he is, or it is, without taking away from the mystery of the Shape. The film really makes you use your imagination, like the scene where Loomis and Brackett walk in, and Brackett finds a dog, and Loomis says that Michael was hungry. There wasn't really a dog there. There wasn't like a fake dead dog there, and you didn't need to see it to get the message. Of course, Halloween Kills had to show it in the flashback scene that is really bad, but because that's what those people like to do. They like to further demystify the Shape. But the film's lack of blood and gore really helps with the theater of the mind point of view. What we can imagine is far more terrifying than what could ever be shown to us in a film. John Carpenter understood that. And the most unsettling scene to me is after Michael kills Annie and Tommy and Lindsay are sitting watching the thing from another world, and Tommy decides to play a joke on Lindsay by hiding behind the curtains and messing with her. But he turns around and what he sees is Michael carrying Annie's corpse into the front door of the house with the sounds of the atmospheric music playing in the background. It creates a haunting atmosphere and further pushes that something sinister is truly happening in that house across the street. And that is my favorite scene in the movie. It's scary, and it's far more frightening than anything I've ever seen in a Friday the 13th film. I'm not knocking Friday the 13th, it's just they're two different types of films. And Friday the 13th has never been frightening to me, where the original Halloween always has been. After Michael kills Laurie's friends, Laurie is already suspicious that something weird is going on, so she walks over to the house and is confronted by Michael Myers, and she fights for her life and ultimately defeats Michael with the help of Dr. Loomis. As he shoots Michael off the balcony, Laurie says to Loomis, "It was the boogeyman," and Loomis responds with, "As a matter of fact, it was." He then looks over to the balcony, and the shape is gone. The ending doesn't imply that a sequel should exist. It furthers the message of this film. It was the boogeyman. That's the moral of the story. He didn't get up and walk, according to Halloween 2, walk down a few blocks and kill some other girl and then take off to the hospital. And according to Halloween Kills, he apparently got up, walked down the street, which actually doesn't make a lot of sense now I'm thinking about it, because his station wagon was parked outside of his house, when in the original film I was pretty certain it was parked outside of Tommy's house. So I guess, what did he get up, get in his car, drive back to his house, get out of the car, walk down the street, and have an encounter with Lonnie, then turn around, come back into his house, and hide and wait for the police to show up, kill one of them, and then get arrested on the front line. See, they weren't thinking about stuff like this when they made Halloween Kills. But that was the ending. It was the boogeyman. And he could be out there anywhere, which that's what I interpret when you see all the shots of the places we just were throughout the film, and you hear the breathing. That to me is telling me that he could exist anywhere, because evil does truly exist everywhere, and Laurie survived because she stayed vigilant. She survived. I said survived, but her friends did not stay vigilant, which ultimately ended up in their demise. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.